Real quick before we get started with today's video, just wanted to plug this real quick and let you guys know that our website is live right now for our YouTube merchandise. So if you would like, we have some extremely nice Atomic shirts on there. They are comfort colors. We've got stickers and banners on there. So if you guys want to go check that out and pick up some merchandise, we greatly appreciate you guys. But we're going to go ahead and jump onto the video. I will have the website linked in the description. So if you want to go check that out, we greatly appreciate you guys. Let's get after today's video. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We're officially done with the tow pig build. So now we're just kind of looking for stuff to do. So now I'm going to go ahead and jump back on my Harley truck today and start getting all the stuff ripped out of the engine bay that I no longer want and starting to clean up everything. A lot of stuff is going to come off. You can already see that I've started over there. I got a battery tray and one of the ground straps off there. I will make my own entire battery harness for this thing out of 2-aught welding cable. And get rid of all the way it's routed and everything. So if you guys know anything about my black and tan truck with the compounds in it, the engine bay was absolutely spotless. You could pretty much eat off that. I just killed my first mosquito of the year, so that's depressing. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get ripping some stuff out, get rid of all the insulation and everything. It's all tore up back there and all that good stuff. Trans filter going away, getting rid of that, and gonna get the fender liners pulled out and see what I can do about them, see if I'm gonna keep those or not. Don't think I will. And just see where the day leads us, guys. So more of a vlog video where we work on our race trucks. We do have the F100 show, the May show. We have 2 different ones up here in Pigeon Forge in Sevierville area. First one is in May in the Pigeon Forge at the LeConte Center or something like that, or the convention center. So we're going to go ahead, put the white truck in there. We missed our chance at buying a ticket for Six Smokies. I'm pretty bummed out about that. I was really excited for it, but I guess it was the fastest event they've ever had sold out. The tickets sold out in 10 minutes, and I didn't get time to get on there and purchase one. And pretty bummed out about it, but I guess it is what it is. So we'll just hope to hit it next year, I guess, if they do it. I'd say they will since they sold out so fast, but I guess we won't be doing that, unfortunately, guys. So we'll see where the year takes us with the white truck here. First thing I want to do is obviously do the F100 show. I like going up there and putting it in and letting people look at it and walking around drinking beer. Nothing crazy there. So that's what we have planned for that. I think it's May 10th or something like that. I'll put a screenshot of the calendar up. If you guys want to come by and see the white truck, I will have it inside up there. But yeah, we're going to jump back on the Harley truck today and obviously get everything ripped out and just see where the day takes us, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and let's go ahead and get started. well, I've got my mess all cleaned up here, rolled the truck back. Pretty sure we're just going to start designating this spot, or get a marker and write where my personal trucks come to die, because this is the same exact spot I have pulled the engine out of like 4 of my personal trucks. They always end up here resting, their final resting place. But I'm going to go ahead and move it back up so I can keep going on it, and show you what we all got ripped out as of right this second. Probably going to start on the fender liners at this point. Get these amp things all moved and all that good stuff. I'll relocate those. I think we're going to go ahead and put the batteries in the bed like my black truck was, or see if I can't work something out, maybe putting them behind the seat. See if there's enough room with the subs back there. Maybe put a single battery back in the back. Just see where that leads me. That's not a priority right now. But you can see I went ahead. This is a cool little tip for you guys, is if you're pulling all this stuff out, even if you're not ripping all of it out, take you a piece of painter's tape and wrap it around each harness that you don't really aren't sure about, and write down what it goes to. That way, you know, later on, if you decide you want to strip that out of the harness, if you don't need it anymore, like we will, you're not sitting there like, I don't really remember where that went. So now you can tape that up right where what it went to, and you're good to go. That's another good little tip that you guys can do on like your engine harness as well. Like if you're pulling an engine out for the first time or something like that, go ahead and do that exact same thing on your engine harness, and that'll help you tremendously when you go to put it back together and you don't remember where everything went. Say it's your first time pulling a 6-liter, whatever it is. So that's a cool little tip that I like to do. You write it with Sharpie and everything. But yeah, I'm gonna move this thing back forward. And another cool thing is I forgot to show is this thing's got a 6-7 steering box on it. And it looks like it was actually done the proper way. They got the Borgeson shaft on that thing and everything. And I'll have to probably play with that because this thing actually turns like shit. I don't really know what the deal is with that. I think they may have put it on wrong or something, but you can turn full lock one way and it doesn't want to turn anywhere close to lock the other direction. So I'll figure that out at another time, but let's go ahead and get fender liners pulled out. Well, guys, little bit of a change of plans here. I've been sitting stagnant on the truck for a couple days now because I kind of hit a wall. I guess not necessarily emotionally, but like just mentally. I just don't think that I can really do this to this truck. I think this truck is just too nice to tear the AC out of and the fender liners and everything and kind of go more race truck oriented with it. I think what I've officially decided to do after a couple nights of careful consideration is we are going to leave AC in the truck and put fender liners back in it. I'm going to pull the insulation off of them and get them outside and get them cleaned up and shined up and pretty. And then we will go ahead and I will trim a large section of this one out for the compounds. And but I have also changed my mind on that as well. I was thinking about doing a set of 400 compounds and some 430 150s and dual pumps, but I think that I'm gonna probably tone that back a little bit. And just kind of go a little bit more street truck oriented with this thing. And I think what my plan is as far as that goes is probably going to go back to the VGT compound idea. I think that's going to be the most fun that I'm going to be able to get this truck. And from what I understand, it makes 900 to 950 horsepower on fuel. And then if we want any more, you know, nitrous is, you know, a lot cheaper. So not doing that because of, you know, the cheap factor in it. It's just more of, I just think that this truck is too rare and too nice to ruin it, I guess you could say. I think that pulling AC out of it and everything is probably a poor decision. I'm never going to drive it in the winter or anything, so I think I'm going to continue to leave heat out of it, but I'm going to leave the heater core in it in case I want to change it. So I'll probably go ahead and just run a U-hose, rubber hose to both those and just loop them together and just kind of tuck it away. But now I think my main goal is that I'm going to try and do whatever I can to make the engine bay as pretty as possible with all the factory stuff still in place for the most part. The reason I wanted to get rid of all this stuff is because I pride myself on my engine bays. As y'all can tell from my white truck, it is completely stripped, 100%, and there's nothing, and I really pride myself on how nice I get my engine bays to look. So obviously the easiest thing to do in that aspect on this truck is just rip it all out and just have a blank slate. But like I said, I think this truck's just too nice and too rare to do that to. So we're going to do everything in our power to make all the stock stuff as pretty as we possibly can. I've already got my battery tray from my last compound kit, the dual battery tray from SoCal, and that's also where the compound kit will be coming from. But I think we're going to do a KC Stage 2 and a 480 on atmosphere, and then we're also going to continue to we're not going to hood stack this truck. We're going to go ahead and run the exhaust just like it comes and run it out the back, and keep this more of a street truck, you know, with all the functioning creature comforts, and leave that in place. I think that's the best decision. That's going to make me the happiest. And I know that 400s and, you know, the 430s is going to be extremely laggy. You know, even being compounds, it's going to be laggy and smoky. So I want something that's going to run really clean on the street and give me that almost like a supercharger type boost. Like, I want it to be immediate. Like driving that Harley supercharged truck that we have out in the parking lot. That thing's just, it's fun to drive. Like, it's immediate. And I want that out of like a heavy truck, a diesel truck. So I think going with the VGT compounds might be the best route to kind of keep that in that ballpark range. And we'll just run a thumper 2 and 330 150s with it and make 900 horsepower on fuel. So just wanted to stop real quick and discuss that real quick. I think that's my hard set goal with this. I think that's the exact route I'm going to go. I spent a couple nights worried about it to the point it made me sick to my stomach. So that's what I want to do. But anyway, now what we're going to do is I'm just going to see what I can do about making the AC box pretty. This is the ugliest thing in the entire engine bay, in my opinion. I absolutely hate it. But I think what I'm going to do is as you can see, I've got the plastic cover off this dryer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just basically take all the AC stuff and I'm going to wet sand it, and I'm going to polish it to a mirror finish. And then we're going to pull the map sensor bracket off and this bracket right here that holds the box up. And I'm going to run those to Garrett right now to get powder coated in the same color as the truck. I think that really all I'm going to be able to do to make that look pretty. But I think it should pop. It should give us that extra little, you know, what I'm looking for, you know, just stand out factor. And then we'll start working on this area. Obviously, I'm going to relume all of our wiring and get rid of this and run one of the metal the little wiper things or whatever the hell you want to call it. And we'll just do black on that and tuck it all up and make it look pretty. My last truck, we had cut this harness and ran it through the cab and all the way back out and up underneath it, and all your headlight stuff runs to that as well as your AC. And what we had done on the black truck was we completely stripped all that stuff out. Every single wire was depinned and pulled out and then routed out, and basically all we had was our headlights run along the fender liner there. But obviously, keeping AC and everything, this needs to stay. So we'll get that blessed wire loom or whatever the hell it's called, and we'll tuck that up, make that look pretty. Still going to go ahead and get rid of the Degas bottle bracket. I know everybody gets butthurt about me saying degas instead of degas, but whatever, get over it. So we're getting rid of that, and I'm going to go ahead and continue to run my Michi radiator over there and get rid of the degas bottle. And obviously, because we won't have heat, so I can clean it up by getting rid of those lines and not having to worry about them anymore. And then obviously I'll relume all these wires and everything and make them nice and tidy and neat and tucked away. And yeah, so that's just a quick update with what we're doing. Just went ahead and stopped what I was doing for a couple days, and this is the direction I want to go with it now. And then if we want to go full race truck with it later on, that's what we'll do. So I'm going to get these brackets pulled off, and we're going to run the garage real quick and get them powder coated, and then we'll just see where the rest of this takes us. Okay, so we're going to do a little demo right here, I reckon, or just a product review. Powder coat Garrett has been on me about trying this Renegade detailing product stuff, and then this is their heavy cut metal polish that they have. We're going to give that a shot. I always use white diamond. I've had really good luck with it, and I usually try not to stray from things I've had good luck with. But we're going to give it a shot here. I have got the our main AC line that goes to the condenser. I've got it as of right this second cleaned, and then I sanded to 2000 grit, and it's all the way around and everything. So now we're just going to basically hit it with this and see how it turns out, just off the Renegade stuff. I think I'm just going to do this line and see how it turns out, and then maybe do white diamond on this side and compare the two. Well, I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty thoroughly impressed with this stuff. I'm not even gonna do a comparison with the white diamond. That's how good it is. So here is how this one section turned out. This is just 2000 grit, and I wish it'd focus there. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? What the hell? Yeah. All right, that's better. So, yeah, this is just 2000 grit sandpaper and the metal polish hidden on a orbital little drill buffer there. And I got to say, it's pretty impressive. There it is compared to just the side that sanded. That's pretty impressive right there. The white diamond definitely isn't going to get it that good looking. White diamond's still some really good stuff. I really like that stuff. I've had good luck with it all these years. But I reckon we're going to probably start using some of this for metal polishing. Once again, it's this Renegade Pro Red metal polish, the heavy cut stuff. If you're local to me, my buddy Garrett, the powder coat gentleman, he's got it. He's a dealer for it, and you can go get it locally in Dandridge. He's got a bunch of other detailing stuff on there too, but we're going to use this stuff. I'm going to go ahead and get this whole thing done, and then see what I can do about this rubber section. Maybe do something nice with that. And then we'll come over here and see what we can get polished up. I'll probably go ahead and get this canister pulled off and sand it down and get it polished. See if I can make these lines all look good and polished up. And hopefully he'll get my brackets done that hold that on. We went ahead and pulled them over there, and you're going to have them powder coated the same color as the truck. So keeping AC, so we're going to make it look as good as we possibly can. And I think this is a really good start. So I'm going to go ahead, finish polishing this stuff up, and get all that put back on. All right, I've got this line all finished up. I'm going to walk out here, and I'm going to lay it on the flatbed here, and hopefully it'll actually focus, and so I can show y'all. This is the little stuff that I love doing. It separates my trucks from a lot of stuff. And this is the fine little details is what I enjoy doing when I build trucks. So if we're keeping AC, it's going to look good. And if I turn you around, here is our main line that runs to the condenser up front. I mean, it just turned out great. Looks awesome. Went ahead and wrapped the actual rubber section in some braid and some heat shrink. Just makes it stand out just that much more. I think that metal polish is some pretty badass stuff, guys. I very, very impressed with that. But there it is. I'm gonna go ahead and continue. I just wanted to stop and show you just how good that turned out. So let's go jump back on some more polishing. Well, I guess whatever Muppet decided to put this, I don't know, dryer, evaporator, whatever the hell you want to call it. Whoever decided to put that bad boy on, decided to cross thread our nut right there, and it is not coming off. I've had the air hammer beating on it, and I've even had this big wrench and my huge adjustable wherever it's at, and I've had my entire body weight on it, and it moved about half an inch, and then it just completely seized up. So I guess now I'm gonna go ahead, and the only thing I can do now is go ahead and pull the side plastic off this bad Larry, and I guess I'll be going to get a I don't know the terminology for AC stuff, but the dryer evaporator thing behind that box, I'm gonna have to go get that because the line that comes out of it and goes to that cylinder is now completely kinked off. So guess I get to replace that, so let's go ahead and do that. So I think this might be a good thing. I think this might be just one of those things that happen for a reason. I got our evaporator out, whatever the hell you want to call it, condenser. And holy hell, this thing looks like shit. My God. You can't, oh my Lord in heaven. Look at that thing. Phew. That is bad. Yeah, no dice on that one, boys. So, I think it might just be one of those things that happens for a reason. So, go ahead and get all that new from Ford. Go ahead and order it here in just a second. And obviously, it won't be here in this video. And when it comes in, I'll go ahead and I'll get the this new cylinder here polished up. This is why I pulled it out. If you look right there, I kinked that line trying to break this nut loose. You can see that I got it loose, but it's cross-threaded and just galled it up. So yeah, I guess we'll get a new, I bet that orifice tube is absolutely stopped up. So yeah, so we'll go ahead and get all new of that, and then this is a good opportunity that I can go ahead and get this all cleaned up before we put it back on, since it's already off. And that'll also give me plenty of more room to get in here and get this box all shined up and prettied up before our brackets come back and everything. So yeah, we'll go ahead and do that, and probably won't be this video. And let's see what else we can get off this truck that we're not going to keep, and go from there. Hey, well, I've been just diligently working on some of my lines that are staying, and I guess I'm just going to go ahead and make this as nice, the factory stuff, as beautiful as I possibly can. So I'm gonna flip you around here, and obviously this is our AC line that we just got done with a little bit ago, and then this is our power steering line that runs to the Hydro Boost. Just got done with that. And then this is the return line. I've got it all wrapped in heat shrinked. That runs from the Hydro Boost back to the reservoir, power steering reservoir. So there's 3 lines that I have finished today. Think it turned out very, very nice. Getting really into it now. This is kind of where I start really leaning into some of my builds. Now that I'm certain that I want to keep some of the creature comforts and some of the factory nice stuff and not completely delete everything and start over. I'm really leaning into it. I'm really enjoying it now. Obviously, it's easier just to rip everything out and start over, but I think I'm going to be really impressed with myself when I get done and I have a really, really nice factory working AC, you know, all that good jazz. Pretty pumped for that. So those turned out quite amazing. So I'm just going to keep plugging away here. Don't really have any more lines that I can take care of, but I'll go ahead and polish the PCM. And I'll probably go ahead and rip this Hydro Boost off and throw it on the dually. The dually Hydro Boost is pouring. So I'll put that one on there, put a new Hydro Boost on that, probably put a new master cylinder as well, and just so that doesn't look so ugly. Like my white truck's got a new one, and it looks really nice. And new Hydro Boost, and I'll have to figure, I'll polish that other line as well when I get a new one. Yeah, and then we'll get rid of this and get a actual one of the metal ones, since we're going to be getting rid of this degas bottle bracket. I know everybody freaking out over me saying the way I say it, but degas bottle bracket, getting that rid of that. And so we'll run 2 metal cowl, the Blessed Performance wire looms or whatever, and tuck that up real nice and neat. Since this needs to stay, my other truck, I had cut that and routed it through the cab, and anything that stayed on that was like your headlight plugs and stuff and your alternator plug. So I think that's where we're at as of right this second. And I'll go ahead and order, like I said, I'll get a new one of those ordered from Ford and get it polished when it comes back. Yeah. So I think we're kind of at a standstill as of right now. I'll see what else I can take off that we're not going to use. I think I'm going to move over and jump on the hitch. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the hitch out of it because we will never use it, and it's just extra weight that we can shed. Obviously we're not going race truck, but we're not gonna need it, and it's ugly, so we'll go ahead and get rid of that. The just the Reese hitch down there. Yeah, so I think that's where we're at. I think we're kind of at a standstill with everything as of right this second. Garrett's also got my bracket that holds this up for our dual battery tray. This was left over from my black truck, and we'll go ahead and I'll polish it up. And when the bracket comes back, we'll bolt it all back up and have that put over there ready to go in and have batteries put in it. Yep, okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that hitch out. All right, a little bit of a jump in time later. I still haven't pulled the hitch off the rear just yet. My condenser, evaporator, dryer, whatever you want to call it, actually ended up showing up at Ford next day. So I went and picked it up just a little bit ago, and here we are. I've got it already polished up. These little like scratches and stuff I couldn't get out without sanding, and you can kind of see the spot that I sand it. It gets kind of dull even at 5,000 grit. So I'm just going to let that ride. I think it looks really good, and it looks better than what it was. I got the main line all shined up. I did have to sand it. Yeah, but here's what I'm thinking on that. I've got this, this is kind of an old catch can clamp that I had laying around. And what I'm thinking is I'm going to probably go get this powder coated the color of the truck as well. And then I've got this just up for reference. I think I can use this bottom hole right here and use some weather stripping, and I can make that work. And this will be powder coated the turtle red color. So I think that's probably as good as I'm going to be able to make it look. I think that's a good starting point. But I did, while I was waiting, shine up a bunch of other stuff. I'll walk back here and show you. My hands are literally about to pop off my body, cramping like no other.
Here, oh, take my hand. Ah, come on. You're gonna fall unless you take my hand.
No, give me your other hand.
Oh, my other hand isn't strong enough. You take my little hand.
No, get it away from me.
Take it. Take mine.
From wet sanding. But here is all of our lines I've worked on. I've got all of our power steering lines, our AC line like I showed you. This is our main power steering line, and you can see how I've heat shrinked and wrapped everything. This is our return hose for the Hydro Boost to the power steering reservoir. All that's wrapped up. I think it all turned out really nice. Pretty happy with it. So just thought I'd show you that real quick while we're on this video of polishing. And yeah, I think another thing that I've thought of that I think I'm going to do is my biggest complaint on AC stuff as well is not only just the box, but the condenser out front being the first thing in line irritates me because it's always just so hideous. So I think what I figured up on that is I'm going to probably let Garrett powder coat that super chrome. And I know it'll reduce the efficiency of the cooler and everything, but it'll be okay. It'll be all right. So we're going to powder coat that super chrome, and I think that'll look really good, being the first thing in the stack. I'd really like to have the intercooler all the way up front first, but I don't know how we'd go about making that work and moving the condenser back. So we're just going to powder coat the AC condenser super chrome, and we'll see how that turns out. But I think that's really all I have left to polish, other than the actual evaporator core here. This is our nice new one, and I will polish both of these lines because you do see them as well. So I'll get them all polished up, and then that'll probably be as good as we're going to make that AC box look, guys. I don't think there's much else I can do. Obviously, I'm going to get it all cleaned up to where it's not all dingy looking and shiny. And once Garrett gets our brackets back, those will all be powder coated the same color as the truck as well. And we'll just kind of go from there and see where it takes us. So I think that's a pretty good starting point to make it look good. But I'm going to continue here. I'm going to go ahead and probably go ahead and do the actual hitch this time. So let's go yank it out, get it out of here, and throw it on the scrap trailer. All right, one final thing to show you before we jump back and actually take this hitch off this time. I just want to show you the final result. I got the evaporator core line shined up here. So these are the two lines that are going to come out of the top of the rocker, or not the rocker box, the actual heater core box over there. So you will see these two. So I got them puppies all shined up and everything. And then this will come up here like so and be just like that. So I think that turned out pretty nice. So I do not think under any circumstances that you can make this box look any better than doing this stuff right here. And the only way to make it look better is by taking it out and throwing it in the trash. So, but we're keeping it. So that's as good as I think I'm going to be able to get it. Hopefully my brackets will come back and I can show you what the finished product's going to look like on this video. But I'm actually going to jump back and pull the hitch off this truck now, I promise. So let's go do that. But I did want to say to the people that do this stuff for a living, polishing and sanding, and also doing paint correction and stuff like that, this stuff is no joke, guys. I'm wore out. It always wears me out and kills my hands. So you guys are the real MVPs. Y'all are badasses. So I'm gonna go pull this hitch. right, well, we got that big heavy turd out of the back here. I'm just gonna have to tidy up some wiring and everything, and left the trailer stuff on there. I'm not gonna strip it just yet. Don't really feel the need to go through all that, so I'll just tie it up. A little bit of dust on the camera there, my bad. So I'll tie it up and everything, and we'll be good to go. And I'm gonna mosey up to the front here. I got some of this AC stuff put on, and I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. All right, so here we go. I got all the box and everything all cleaned up, firewalls cleaned up, side of the fender's clean, and as of right this second, I'm just waiting on my brackets to get done at Garrett's, and I took the clamp over there to get done, so hopefully that'll be done here shortly. And then I even went as far as putting a little ARP nut there for our AC line when we get it back on. And I've just kind of been slowly just kind of cleaning all the side panels and everything up, trying to make them look good. I hit the PCM with some polish here. It turned out, I think at some point I've had a battery, or they had a battery explode on this thing, because you can see on the paint right here, I think a battery exploded, and that's right where the PCM is as well. And it's all etched right there, like you can see. So I think we had a battery explode, and I can't get that out. So it looks good enough for me, so we're gonna let it ride. And then I need to go get some tape and retape all my connections up here, make them all look better. And then I also need to get this thing outside so I can pressure wash all this and make it look good as well. But yeah, so that's where we're at. So I'll touch base with you when our brackets get back done at Garrett's, and I'll show you the final product on the AC, and that's probably where we'll wrap it up on this video. So as you can tell, I went ahead and spent some time on our harnesses here. So this one, you just watched me. This is just the main AC connection down here. Went ahead and pulled it off, depinned it, and got our nice braid on it, as well as some heat shrink. And then I also went and picked up some of this nice felt tape. It's meant for electrical stuff. It's really hard to find this stuff. My buddy Cody carries it, and I usually have to go get it from him. And I think you can get it off Amazon, but it's this Tessa tape stuff. I absolutely love this stuff for the harnesses that we can't like depin and wrap. So they got different ones. This one's the felt tape that I've been using, and they've also got like this nice nylon style tape that I also like to use. But I'm using this one because that's kind of like what Ford uses on brand new trucks, and a lot of the electrical connections are all in that nice felt tape. So I'm kind of thinking that if I can make this look like a, I don't know, like a brand new engine bay-ish, it's kind of what the look I'm going for. So I'll do a couple little connections that I can with the braid it and stuff like that, and heat shrink, and then all the other stuff I'll use that nice felt tape. Like I haven't even messed with this yet, so I'll go ahead and start cleaning that up and use the felt tape on all these connections and everything. I don't know if I really want to depin the PCM connectors just yet. I did on my white truck, and it was like a whole day process of making sure they all went back in the same spot. But we'll leave that for another video. But if you probably just saw it, but over here, let me get this tape out of the way. Over here, you can see that we went to Garrett's and picked up our powder coated pieces. So this is our battery bracket for that side, since we're just going to be running the SoCal dual battery tray. And then this is the main AC bracket that holds the whole box on. So that'll go up in the corner there. And as you can see, this is probably as close of a match as we're going to get to the actual paint of the truck. So we'll put that on here in just a second. And then here is the clamp that I've got put together for the dryer there. And you can see that I've got, so this is just like some generic weather stripping that you can get at Advanced. And I'm going to use that to insulate the inside of this so that the clamp doesn't rub. And then I polished up the tension spring and the nut and everything, and then we'll mount that to the box just like it would mount originally, and it is also powder coated the same color as the truck. So let's go ahead and button this AC stuff up. Well, I've got everything put back together and tightened up. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I'm gonna flip you around, show you how it looks and everything. I'm probably gonna wrap this video up. So here is how everything turned out. The weather stripping worked out really, really nice. This is nice and rigid, nice and tight. Got that sensor all polished up. All our lines are polished. Got our bracket back in there put in. Went ahead and threw some 12-point stainless ARP hardware up in there just to give it that nice little touch if it catches your eye. Clamp looks really good, especially with the polished spring there. And this bolted directly up wherever there's two existing holes right there, and it bolted right up. I just used some different screws. Yeah, so I think that's as good as the AC box is ever going to look. So without just ripping it out and throwing it in the trash, I think we did pretty good. So now I'm just going to kind of start tinkering, guys. I'm going to keep going on my harnesses, wrap all that stuff up, but that's where I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in every week. You guys are the best. I cannot thank you guys enough. Go out and check out our website if you haven't already, and pick up some sweet YouTube merchandise with our cool logo on the back and everything. Website is live, so go check that out. I love you guys. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.